Let's continue this debate now. Let's bring in Senator John McCain. And Senator, thank you for being with us. It's great to have you. I don't know if you heard the president or not, but you certainly know the issues very well. And the question that a lot of people have brought up, the president said in his speech today that the deal here is that the public insurance would keep the private insurers honest. And we've all kind of established the fact, how in the world can the private insurers compete with the public insurance when there is a bottomless money pit and the government can change the rules at will? How can you compete with the government?
You can't, and the states have proved that. You look at various states where they have adopted, I believe Maine was one of them, Massachusetts, a number of others, where they have adopted these state-run plans and they have driven the private insurers out. It's just the way they account for things, the way that they set up the unlevel playing field, and the fact is that it ends up being more, and in some cases, prohibitively expensive.
I know you remember this very well, Senator, but then candidate Barack Obama said, and he was attacking you a number of times, that he would not tax health benefits. He called that one of the greatest. I'm not sure if we have the quote. He called it one of the, here it is. For the first time in American history, he wants to tax, talking about you, Senator, your health benefits. Apparently, Senator McCain doesn't think it's enough that your health premiums have doubled. He thinks you should have to pay taxes on them as well. That is a $3.6 trillion tax increase on middle-class families that will eventually leave tens of millions of you paying higher taxes. That's his idea of change. And now we know taxing health benefits is back on the table. The president hasn't come out in favor of it, but certainly hasn't come out against it.
Well, the fact is the president was wrong then and he's wrong now, but the important thing is we wanted to give American families a $5,000 refundable tax credit, which would have more than covered their health care insurance needs and allowing them to be able to go out and choose their own health insurance. That was the other part of this equation. Spent tens of millions of dollars attacking me on that. Life isn't fair. Elections have consequences, and it's interesting how there's been numerous shifts in the president's positions on a number of issues since the election.
Senator McCain, Martha McCallum here. How you doing?
Fine, thanks.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the war supplemental bill and this issue of whether or not these pictures that show interrogation techniques might be released. There's been a lot of back and forth between Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid. What do you think is central to this issue, and do you think that we're in a position where those photos may be released to the public?
I think it'd be terrible if those photos were released, and don't take my word for it. Look at the words of General Petraeus and General Odierno, who say that we could experience higher casualties and put in danger men and women serving in the military if these photos are released. How in the world could the Speaker of the House not understand that? And so the fact is that the President today could issue an executive order classifying those photographs and they would not be released to the public. He refuses to do so. Why? Because he doesn't want to take on the left of his party and the Speaker of the House.
But the Judge Napolitano here, who sat on the bench for a number of years, Senator, says the president can't do that. It would be illegal. Those are now part of a lawsuit, and they are part of a federal lawsuit, so they belong to the judiciary, and the president saying that those photos cannot be released is breaking the law.
I respectfully disagree with Judge Napolitano. The president has the ability to issue executive orders concerning release of classified information or classifying information. Now, other organizations have the right to challenge that in court. But what we really ought to do is get this war supplemental out of the way, by the way, which has just added billions of dollars in cost for cash for clunkers. That's got to do with war supplementals now. But all we got to do is pass it through the House and Senate with the Lieberman-Graham provisions in it, and then, or the president issue the executive order today. I would prefer the first option.
Right. Senator John McCain. Senator, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Well, major development in the